Archangel Michael says, the moment was perfect, the ring was ready, and the heart was trembling with hope. But something happened just before the words could be spoken, just before the promise of forever could fall from their lips. What they found out left them breathless, not in wonder, but in quiet disbelief. There was an energy rising between you two, silent yet powerful, echoing through every shared glance. A decision had been made in secret, they were going to kneel before you, to make the vow. But just hours before that sacred moment, something reached them. A whisper, a revelation, a hidden truth, not from you, but about you. A friend passed it along, casually, but it was loaded like a bullet. The person who adored you was brought to a sudden stop, frozen in the breath of what they had just learned. They sat with the knowledge, fingers clenched, heart torn. They didn't confront you, not yet. Instead, they watched you in silence, wondering if it could be true. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, heaven weeps when truth is twisted. What was said about you wasn't the whole truth, but it was enough to spark doubt. It was enough to delay destiny, even if just for a moment. They paced back and forth, clutching the small box that was meant to hold your future. Every time their eyes met yours, they felt the same surge of love, but now layered with confusion. The moment they imagined thousands of times suddenly seemed impossible. It wasn't about what you did, it was about what someone said you did. The story was coded in shadow, but their mind began filling in gaps. The more they thought, the more distorted their vision of you became. Still, they couldn't look away from you. Their soul was already intertwined with yours. The conflict broke something inside of them, but love kept whispering, maybe you deserve to know first. Type Amen to get blessing 494. They almost sent a message, almost spoke their heart. But the shock stopped them. They were about to give you everything. And now, they were questioning if they even knew you at all. What they found wasn't a crime. It wasn't evil. It wasn't even recent. But it was personal, and deeply connected to the way they viewed loyalty. And someone from your past, someone with envy in their spirit, fed that wound at the exact moment your destiny was about to change. Now they were caught between what they felt and what they heard. One part of them wanted to rush into your arms and cry with relief. The other part whispered, "What if you lied to me this whole time?" Type Amen to get blessing 888. You noticed something had shifted, even though they tried to hide it. Their eyes didn't meet yours the same way. The distance began to grow, slowly, like a fog creeping over the horizon. You tried to pull them close. You asked if something was wrong. But their smile was forced, their words measured. They were holding back the weight of what they found out. Not because they wanted to hurt you, but because they didn't know if they could carry it forward into forever. And yet, each time they looked at you, they remembered why they wanted forever in the first place. Archangel Michael says, love is being tested here, not by your actions, but by the forces that want to tear what's pure apart. And these forces are jealous, bitter, and desperate. They couldn't stand the thought of you being chosen. Type Amen to get blessing 525. So they dug into your past. They found something that was none of their business and twisted it to look like betrayal. They made sure it reached your beloved just before the moment they planned to kneel. But your person, even in confusion, didn't want to believe it. They tried to dismiss it. But the voice of doubt is cruel, it speaks louder in silence. Every detail of the proposal had been prepared. They knew what they would say. They even practiced it in front of the mirror with trembling lips. Now the ring sat unopened in a drawer. And they stared at your photo late into the night, torn between trusting their heart or running from the pain of potential lies. Type Amen to get blessing 707. They still love you. That hasn't changed. But something inside of them broke when the story reached their ears. They wondered why you never told them about it. Why you let them dream of a future without sharing such a big truth. They felt unprepared, exposed, and foolish. And yet, they couldn't let go. Not fully. You still haunted their every breath. Even the thought of moving on felt like death. Archangel Michael says, they are watching you from afar right now. Observing. Listening. Waiting to see if you will say something, anything. Type Amen to get blessing 911. You might think the moment has passed. But it hasn't. It's been paused. The energy still lingers. The connection hasn't shattered, it's trembling. And only the truth can anchor it back into place. This person once believed you were the answer to every silent prayer they ever made. They still believe, somewhere deep within. But doubt is like a fog, it hides the shore even when you're close. They have shown the message to no one else. They're guarding it like a fragile wound. Because part of them fears they will lose you forever if they speak on it. Type Amen to get blessing 303. They asked the heavens for a sign. A confirmation. They begged to know if they were wrong for hesitating. And every time they see your name, a part of them shatters again. They wanted this to be perfect. They wanted you to know that you were the one they chose, freely, fully, beautifully. But now the path has become muddy. The decision that felt so clear now feels dangerous. They wonder if marrying you would bring light or another betrayal. Archangel Michael says, the truth needs to surface, not to punish, but to heal. You deserve to tell your story. You deserve to speak what really happened. Type Amen to get blessing 616. There is still time. The moment is delayed but not destroyed. The ring is still close to them, and their heart still carries your name. Someone wants to stop this union. That someone doesn't know love. That someone has been watching you from a distance and poisoning the air you breathe. They planted the seed of doubt because they were never chosen themselves. They've lived in your shadow for too long and hate that your joy was rising. They thought if they could tarnish your image, they could finally feel powerful. Type Amen to get blessing 119. But love is stronger than lies. Truth eventually speaks, even through silence. And right now, you are being given a window to rewrite what's been twisted. You can feel them pulling away. You sense the quiet storm. But if you speak now, if you reach out with truth and vulnerability, something can still be saved. They want to hear it from you, not from others. They want to know if you trust them enough to say it first. They want to believe that you kept it from them not to deceive but to protect. Archangel Michael says, this love is divine and rare. But it is under attack. And only truth can anchor it back into destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They've cried alone at night, replaying your moments together. They scroll through memories, searching for cracks. But all they find is love. They remember the way you laughed. The way you touched their hand in the quiet. The way your presence melted their fears. They didn't want this delay. They wanted to begin a forever with you. But their soul is now caught between what was planned and what was poisoned. They're hoping you'll feel it, that deep pull to explain yourself. To speak before it's too late. Because what you say next will shape the entire future. Type Amen to get blessing 989. They haven't given up. But they are fading. If you wait too long, their love may grow numb. They wanted to wear matching rings by now. To wake up beside you with purpose. To celebrate a love story that felt like fate. And instead, they are now isolated in a storm of rumors. It breaks their heart to doubt you. But it breaks it more to lose themselves in that doubt. Archangel Michael says, someone is watching how you move right now. This is your moment. Act in truth, or lose a love that was once divinely sent. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Their mind goes back to the first time they saw you. The softness in your eyes, the strength in your voice. Everything felt safe. Now they question whether that safety was real. It kills them to do so. But they can't pretend it doesn't matter. They don't want to accuse you. They want to understand you. But they can't do that unless you open the door. They've delayed the proposal, not cancelled it. That small truth is your light. You can still walk into it. Type Amen to get blessing 787. The one who tried to ruin this love is watching for your silence. Don't let them win. Show them that love speaks louder. This is your moment to reclaim what almost became history. Don't let a beautiful future die in the silence of pride. What you reveal might not be perfect, but it will be real. And real is what they've always wanted. Not a perfect person, but a brave one. Archangel Michael says, speak now, not just with words but with spirit. Let the truth pour out. They are waiting to believe in you again. Type Amen to get blessing 111. They have not moved on. They're just watching. Hoping. And praying that what they saw wasn't the end, but the beginning of deeper honesty. They loved you when they thought they knew everything. And now, they are longing to love you even after knowing more. But they need you to take the first step. Don't hide behind silence. Don't pretend nothing changed. Let them know your truth, and let love rise again from it. This is your hour. Don't let it fade. Speak now, and let destiny return to its original path. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. Their heart hasn't shut you out completely. It's simply waiting, aching, for one confirmation that their love hasn't been misplaced. One glimpse of truth can still reignite the fire they've kept hidden beneath their silence. They scroll through your messages at night, hovering over the last one you sent. Reading your words over and over again, hoping for a clue, anything to prove what they heard isn't the full story. Every heartbeat is still pulled toward you, despite the storm that surrounds the truth. Archangel Michael says, Even the strongest storms can't drown the sound of a genuine heart. What was meant to divide is also your chance to unify. You are not losing them, yet, but you must act before the window closes. Type Amen to get blessing 727. The person who told them the story about you doesn't understand what they've just disrupted. They thought it would be a simple twist of fate, but what they've created is a wound between soulmates. And that wound, if not healed soon, will become a scar. This is not just about love anymore, it's about identity, destiny, and standing in your truth without shame. What you once tried to forget, or maybe protect, is now standing at your door. You can run, or you can open up and take control of the narrative. They're giving you space because they're hoping you'll fill it. They want you to prove their faith in you wasn't a mistake. Every minute of silence feels like a thread loosening the bond between you. They don't need an apology, they need honesty. They don't expect perfection, they want authenticity. And deep down, you've always had it in you. Type Amen to get blessing 363. The truth is simple. You lived. You made decisions. Some may not have been easy to explain. But they shaped you into who you are today, the person they fell in love with. And now, the love they carry is begging for an anchor. A truth to hold on to. A reason to believe that forever is still worth fighting for. They haven't thrown the ring away. It still sits on their nightstand. Each morning, they wake up and wonder if today will be the day you step forward and take back your power. They're not your enemy. They're not here to judge. They are the one person who believed you were worth choosing for eternity, until someone placed fear where faith used to live. Type Amen to get blessing 515. They are thinking about you more than you know. They are watching your moves online, reading your silence, tracing your energy. The distance is not physical, it's emotional, and it grows every day you remain silent. Archangel Michael says, Heaven has paused your chapter for a reason. This is your chance to write the truth in your own words before someone else finishes your story. You were meant to stand beside this person, not beneath the shadows others cast on your name. Don't underestimate how much they still believe in you. Their tears haven't dried yet. They're still holding on to the dream of a shared life, but they won't wait forever. This is not just about love. It's about alignment. A moment of clarity could unlock a future brighter than either of you imagined. Type Amen to get blessing 1117. Your name still sits on their lips when they pray. Even after the shock, they still include you in their whispered hopes. They still imagine what could be. They haven't told anyone what they found out. They've kept it hidden, protecting your image from others. Because part of them still believes this story isn't over, and they refuse to let others stain your name. You owe them nothing but the truth. That truth is not your shame, it's your doorway to freedom. Letting it out won't break them, it will show them just how strong you really are. They don't need you to be spotless. They need you to be real. They can love the truth, but they can't love the silence. Type Amen to get blessing 321. The fear of losing you is still louder than the pain of betrayal. That alone should tell you how deep their love runs. They didn't turn away from you, they paused, hoping you'd come back stronger. This pause is mercy. This pause is grace. But it's not infinite. They're thinking of writing you a letter. Telling you what they heard, how it made them feel, how it almost ended everything. But they hesitate, because they want to give you the chance to speak first. Archangel Michael says, you are not being punished, you are being offered a divine test. Will you speak in fear or in power? Will you reclaim your story before it's taken from you? Type Amen to get blessing 144. They want to know if the past still controls you. Or if you've outgrown the version of yourself that others cling to. They want to see your transformation, not a defense. You don't need to explain every detail. Just give them the key that unlocks the door between you again. Say something from your heart, not your memory. They will understand more than you think. Because they've lived long enough to know that love isn't about being untouched, it's about being transparent. And this person didn't come into your life by accident. They were meant to challenge you. They were meant to push you deeper. And you were meant to rise through this moment with truth burning in your chest. Type Amen to get blessing 929. The one who almost proposed still carries the dream in their bones. But the light around it is dimming. Every hour you remain silent is another moment the past claims as victory. You were never meant to be silenced. You were born with power. And right now, your future is waiting on your courage. Speak. Not just with your mouth, but with your spirit. Don't let them walk away holding a love that was never false, just uninformed. Archangel Michael says, the delay wasn't a punishment. It was protection. It's giving you one last moment to rise into your truth and redeem the vow that nearly got lost. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Don't give the enemy the satisfaction of watching this connection collapse. Don't let your silence be the reason they walk away. You still have time. The words don't have to be perfect. The truth doesn't have to be polished. But it has to be yours. Even if they cry. Even if they hesitate. Let them see your courage in choosing honesty over silence. Because at the core of love is not just chemistry, it's clarity. And the one who almost proposed needs to see clearly now more than ever. Type Amen to get blessing 828. They dreamed of forever with you. But they never dreamed it would start with lies. That's what haunts them the most. Don't let this story end here. Don't let someone else decide your fate with their bitter mouth. You are more than their version of you. Take your voice back. Say what must be said. And let the love that was frozen begin to move again. Archangel Michael says, this was always meant to test the strength of the bond, not break it. Now it's your turn to decide if you want to be brave enough to rebuild it. Type Amen to get blessing 666. They're still wearing the love you gave them like a cloak. Even if it's heavier now. Even if it's soaked with sorrow. You can lift that weight. You can show them that the real you is worth staying for. That the past didn't define you, it refined you. They're ready to forgive. But they're waiting on you to be the first to bring truth into the light. It doesn't matter how long ago it was. It matters whether you carry it now or let it go. This is the hour of destiny. One message from you can rewrite everything that fear has tried to destroy. Type Amen to get blessing 404. Let the one who nearly knelt before you see that love is not blind, it's bold. That truth is not betrayal, it's invitation. You don't need to convince them with words. You just need to free yourself with truth. The kind of truth that says, this is who I was. And this is who I choose to be now, with you. Let your past be a bridge, not a burden. Let your silence break into redemption. Let your love breathe again. And when you do, the proposal they once paused may become a miracle neither of you ever saw coming. Type Amen to get Blessing 2025. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They are sitting in the same cafe where they once imagined asking you the most sacred question of their life. The ring is still in their pocket, not out of hope, but out of habit. Their fingers touch the edge of the velvet box, wondering if time can rewind or if the truth can still redeem the moment. They replay the day they almost asked you. The soft music, the gentle wind, the way your laughter made their heart rise. Everything was ready, except the storm that arrived without warning. Archangel Michael says, destiny doesn't cancel itself, it waits in silence until you're ready. Right now, destiny is leaning over your life, watching, wondering if you will step forward with truth in your chest. One honest word can melt the ice surrounding this sacred bond. Type Amen to get Blessing 1188. They've been quiet, but their soul is loud with emotion. They keep waiting for a sign that you'll reach out and rewrite what someone else tried to destroy. Because despite what they heard, their heart still beats your name. This isn't just love. It's a divine connection that was meant to change your future, build legacies, and shake the world with love that endures all shadows. But love that is never tested cannot be trusted, and this is your test. They haven't removed your photos. They haven't deleted your messages. They're not trying to forget you, they're trying to understand you. They feel torn between the person they knew and the story they were told. Between the love they carried and the doubt they never asked for. But the door hasn't been closed, it's just waiting for the right knock. Type Amen to get Blessing 313.